The future of a popular Leicestershire racetrack is in doubt after the firm that operates it went into administration. Last month, the owners of Mallory Park were fined after being found guilty of breaching noise level restrictions.
But the firm says cutting the number of annual race days held at the track make it financially unviable. Phil Brewster reports.
For more than 50 years, motor racing has drawn huge crowds to Mallory Park. But now the future of the Leicestershire track is in grave doubt after the firm that runs it announced it had gone into administration. It comes after a long-running dispute with the local council and residents over noise levels from the circuit. Last month, Mallory Park was fined £2,500 and ordered to pay £23,000 in costs after being found guilty of 5 counts of breaching noise level restrictions.
For the first 12 months, the residents were very reasonable about it. I'm not saying they became unreasonable, but the feeling did get much stronger with more residents involved in complaints about the noise from the track. The council, believe it or not, had no option but to take the course of action it did.
Under an agreement dating back to 1985, the owners of Mallory Park were told that instead of holding 160 racing days a year, they could only hold 92. The company says such restrictions make the track financially unviable. If the track closes, there are fears it could hit the local economy. Frank Barson owns a guest house in the nearby village of Kirkby Mallory, employing 6 staff. 50% of his turnover comes from the track. He's worried it could spell the end of his business.
We've had cancellation after cancellation, and this weekend, instead of being full, we're now empty.
Could it put you out of business?
Potentially, yes. We have contingency plans, but it's realising them in time because you need a breathing space. We didn't see this coming.
One possible solution is if the owners of the land, Titan Properties Limited, could be persuaded to reduce the annual rent it charges from the current £400,000. The administrators say it's vital some offer is made which helps Mallory Park stay in business.
The landlord has to understand the position we're in and hopefully, without trying to put them on the spot, understand their position entirely, but we need to try and find a settlement between all the relevant stakeholders so that this can be a viable business going forward.
A spokesperson from Titan Properties has told ITV Central that 2 weeks ago they offered a 50% reduction in the annual rent, but that this was turned down. So unless a deal can be struck in the next 2 or 3 weeks, this famous racetrack could close its gates for good. Phil Brewster, ITV News, Mallory Park in Leicestershire.